Hello everyone, my name is Matt Cincerello, and I'm the owner and managing partner here at U-Nique Accounting. You can learn more about what we do by visiting our website, u-niqueaccounting.com. And while you're there, I recommend that you check out our free stuff page where you can read our blog and download some free guidebooks like the top 10 cash flow mistakes that will cripple a business. Also, if you're wondering what I'm drinking, today's beverage of choice is a sparkling coconut water with yuzu. It's the same drink I had for another video. I did a restaurant version of this. I'm just doing these back to back. If you did notice, again, the hashtag Make Today Count. This is a slogan for my Best Friends Foundation, which is a close and personal not-for-profit that I'm a board member of. A link will be provided to a form that you can fill out if you or someone you know is dealing with the impact of cancer in their life. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. Today's topic is the FICA Tip Credit for breweries. So right now, I want you to find your tax return because in about 10 to 15 seconds, I'm going to want you to pause the video. I want you to find the tax return and scroll through it and look for Form 8846, which is the credit for employer Social Security and Medicare taxes paid on certain employee tips. And for example, it looks like this. There's a Form 8846 in the top corner. Again, you'll see it's the credit for employer Social Security and Medicare taxes paid on certain tips. And it's a very short form. Just this top section where you report some wages and tips. So if you didn't, again, please hit pause on the video, get your tax return, and see if you have this form with it. If you see the form, good. I will explain what it is in a bit if you're not familiar with it. If you do not see the form and your brewery operates a tap room or restaurant, then I highly suggest that you please schedule a meeting with us to discuss your accounting and taxes. We'll be able to save you possibly tens of thousands of dollars per year just with this one tax credit. So what is the FICA Tip Credit? So essentially, the FICA Tip Credit was a way for the government to cut the food and beverage service industry a break on the tax that is owed on employees' tips. The credit is money back from the government based on the amount of tips that your employees report as wages. The reason why this came around is that before the credit was enacted, the IRS estimated that about 15% of employees' tip income was reported. By eliminating the tax that typically comes with reporting income, this credit was designed to theoretically deter businesses from hiding and or underreporting tip income. So if you're not familiar, what is FICA? So FICA is the Social Security and the Medicare tax that is withheld from employees' pay. And it's also the tax that every employer must currently match $1 for $1 and pay to the federal government. The Social Security portion is 6.2% up to a limit of $147,000 in wages for 2022. And the Medicare portion is 1.45%. So you're asking yourself,
okay, is this a good tax credit?
Yes, it is. The credit is a return of all the FICA tax paid on your employees' tip wages in excess of the federal minimum wage of $5.15. You can see me smiling, I laughed a little bit, and yes, you heard that correctly. This credit still uses the federal minimum wage threshold that was set back when the credit was enacted. So in layman's terms, with today's higher minimum wage threshold, you will receive the FICA tip credit on 100% of all the reported tip wages. And this FICA tip credit is a huge tax break considering that more than 50% of an employee's wages in a tap room or restaurant is normally made up of tips received. Okay, so do I qualify for this credit? As a brewery, you might qualify for this credit as there are only two criteria to qualify. Criteria number one, your employees received tips from customers for providing, delivering, or serving food or beverages for consumption where tipping is customary. And criteria number two, your business paid or incurred the employer's Social Security and Medicare tax on those tips. So if your brewery has a tap room or restaurant that it operates, then those tip wages will qualify for the credit. Are there any other credits I might be missing? So the answer is maybe. The R&D tax credit is another smaller credit that your brewery should qualify for. Please find or stay tuned for a video regarding this important tax credit. In the meantime, I suggest you visit our free stuff page and download our free guide for the 8 small business tax credits that you should know about. Some of these credits are general ones, all business types, and others are industry specific, just like the FICA tip credit, and a good accountant will help you with this. So you believe you qualify for the credit, but you did not see Form 8846 filed with your business tax return. What should you do about it? I've said before in other videos, you need to find yourself a better accountant that understands your industry. This is too important of a tax credit to have it done incorrectly or to miss altogether. So if your tax accountant missed it, I would not rely on them to fill it out correctly if you're the one telling them about it. And the tax dollars saved with this credit will more than cover the additional fees needed to pay for a more sophisticated accountant who understands your industry. And if your accountant missed this tax credit, there are probably a slew of other mistakes they are making for your business, like missing other tax credits, like the R&D credit, not utilizing the 13-month calendar reporting period for your accounting, an incorrect chart of accounts, and an incorrect financial statement format. And I'll tell you right now, if your company uses QuickBooks, then you are 100% using an incorrect chart of accounts and financial statement format because QuickBooks cannot handle it. You can see our video on why your brewery should use Xero and why your brewery should use a 13-month calendar on our YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to our advice on the FICA Tip Credit for breweries. If you appreciate our advice, please remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel for future content. Until then, remember, don't conform, stay unique.